cheese. Whatever. It's fine. I don't care. All right, so we're going to move into this episode here. This is Living the Dream Podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
And today we're going to talk about blue-collar mental health. And
just men's mental health.
Yeah, just men's mental health. Yeah, it's not just necessarily blue-collar, but, you know, we got blue-collar guys. There's this guy over here sitting here trying to get high again.
This won't show up at work. I fucking misspelled it anyways.
Wow.
Can't. Jesus Christ.
And now he's gonna cry about.
Gonna blow
now he's
up.
gonna get right. Yeah, great. We're gonna fucking blow up, and he's gonna cry about it stinking the whole night. And
these markers from the '80s aren't fucking around.
I think they still sell those things. To be honest with you,
You should have to have a license to buy them.
You probably do. Let's see. What is it? It's King's. It says
Sanford
King size permanent marker. Let's see. I'm willing to bet they still sell them.
Yeah. Use in ventilated area. Made in USA. Tube made in Canada.
Yeah, well, they may not make them then.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm 30 years younger than you are, so I didn't know that.
Wait a minute, you are not 30 years younger than me.
It went over your head there for a minute.
I was like, wait a minute, math. No, that's not right.
Ask her, she's good at math.
Is she?
When she does it.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Survey says you can buy them on eBay for
That means they're old school. Dried the fuck up.
Metal vintage.
Yeah, I ain't shitting you. Dude, you can look at the wrapping and see that's like straight out of the 80s. Maybe 90s.
Heck yeah, okay, let's see. So it was $18. So this is a beer thought, folks, sorry. But we will get to them.
If you're a man and you're having a hard time with the mental health,
there you go.
Let's get one of these.
It's either kill the brain cell that's upset you, or
Make you feel bad for being old.
There you go. Old school smell brown.
Oh, they have different smells?
I guess so.
Sammy, buy a pack. We're gonna give it a test.
For $18, I am not buying one.
Dude, that's stronger than any air freshener I've ever had. Find a good color sniff. We'd throw that in the truck.
Oh my god. Fucking $4 in shipping. For what? It's only that big.
Uh-huh.
Like, they're charging $4. Was it a hazmat fee or something?
Fucking should be.
Damn it, man.
It's wild. I'm intrigued that the different colors have different smells.
I'm a little, I don't know that I'm $18 intrigued yet, but it may get to that. Well, we smell that one enough because it's starting to waft this way. So
yeah.
There's got to be.
Maybe after we get the the previous conversation figured out, we'll
venture into the different smells of colors. Well, what is it? I started telling everybody that whenever I drink the energy drinks, like, because I can't drink Monster anymore, but I smell the color number 9.
What?
Exactly.
This is why we're blue collar. We've never. Well, he did go to college. I'd have never made it.
I didn't finish.
Oh,
if that makes it any different.
Oh, yeah, we're golden. Golden. I wonder if they got a gold color one.
Well, it looks like they got a. It looks like it.
Like I got a lot of yellows.
Looks like they got a yellow, purple, and browns. And I guess that one's a brown, but the lid is very black.
It's brown.
Okay, well, it looks
it's
brown
old.
on the table. But yeah, no, that's a classic right there, buddy.
You know, this is.
No, it's fine.
It's brown.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, so there you go. So we already know what the color, the smell of color brown is. That's hard. I don't know why that was so hard to.
Do you have an art class? No. Do you have an art class? Oh, damn.
Okay.
Say I'd take that tomorrow and impress everybody.
Yeah, see, they got the big barrel Sharpies. Like
those are Sharpie though.
Yeah, that's boring. But yeah, they don't have any of the. All right. Okay, so
that's the only couple that are left in existence.
Guy's got a corner on the market. That's why he's selling them for fucking $18 a piece. It's because no one else is selling the suckers.
They've made it this long.
Hey, but see, that's a testament to made in America, supported by Canada.
I'd get it here and it'd be dry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that'd be after, if you're a Patreon subscriber, then you'll see you'll know the previous episode and know my luck and how that shit's going.
It looks like a fucking CO2 cartridge they've put a fucking marker down in.
It really does. I bet you that's probably what it was. I bet you that same cylinder, I bet that one probably can be turned into a CO2 cartridge as well.
With what's in it, it'd probably shoot farther.
It might. Get a little fire behind it. No, hold on now. Oh. We're not trying to have burn marks on the camera here.
I'd go that way.
Oh, what the... I'm the brains behind this operation. You can't cook me.
I'm not going to deny that. You're the oldest one here.
So the men's mental health. So if you watch the Patreon side of it, which if you're not a patron, then you need to slide on over there to patreon.com/LiveTheDream Give us a little donation. You can do everything from $1 all the way up to $50 a month. Give us a little bit of support. Help us make this. Help us get to where we can give you some videos so you can see some of the dumb shit that we do and the facial expressions.
And possibly some T-shirts, because we've got some of those that we need to sell.
We do have T-shirts. It's not a possibility. You guys are gonna have to help us with the pre-order aspect of it, because that's where we're at this point. The shirts are printed. We just need the money. We need y'all's support to be able to pick the shirts up. So, if you want a T-shirt, they're real fancy. They're real nice. They're that high quality safety green, and got Living the Dream logo like it's on the table here. If you can kind of see part of it, because it's blocked by the soundboard there, but so it's got that logo. It's on the left pocket. Got that big logo on the back. Get you one. They're $20. Come on, it'll help out your local blue collar guy. Help out our men's mental health, so we don't have to worry about.
Money always makes me feel better.
Yeah. You get to relieve some stress and worries. But
having a hard time, get your ass up and go to work.
Yeah. I mean, and that is one thing that I can say that, and I don't know that a lot of women relate in that respect, because I think, I mean, men and women handle mental stress differently.
Yeah,
Guys,
the ones I've been with or known, when they're mentally stressed or whatever, they just go sleep with other people. Hell, maybe that's just me. I don't know.
There it is. I missed the button.
Anywho.
Yeah. Well,
that was supposed to be a joke, and it kind of backfired on me. I'm not a comedian either.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. Hey, won't quit the day job. But I would say that the majority of women will kind of, when it comes to a mental strain, like, they kind of shut down, and they seclude themselves, I guess, would that.
I don't know. I can't speak for them at all.
I mean, I'm not trying to speak for women by any means. God, please don't.
Well, no, no.
I'm just saying this is a man's observation of a woman handling mental stress. How about that? There you go. So it's manspective, not mansplaining. But
I just haven't dealt with it enough.
I know whenever I get into a stressful situation, I dive into work.
It's the grind.
Yeah.
It's what you got to do.
Yeah.
I can't open up, like, if you're being specific to, like, talking to a woman, and this may just be my bad, or, like, my scenario, but I know it's been talked about on other podcasts and things. Mm-hmm. You say one thing, you finally, they're always on, you open up, and you quiet, you don't, and then when you finally do, dude, that shit is turned around and so fucking fast held against you. So that's why I keep that shit in.
Yeah.
I do my own thing.
Yeah, and it does, and it does seem like that. It does seem like that if you do put yourself out there and you're vulnerable, or you express that you're stressed or you're strained or something along that lines, then you're viewed as weak.
I mean, you see where the whole ass special podcast we made got me.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a step back a little bit and kind of let these folks know why we're on this topic and what kind of got us here and where we're coming from.
So we had there's a podcast, and it's
Dewayne Knoll is on the podcast, but I can't remember who the actual podcast.
So it is Modern Wisdom, which I've actually, since we did that, I've listened to several of his other podcasts.
He's got quite a few different people on there.
He really did. He had the one with Jordan Peterson was
that
awesome.
dude in general though is.
God,
I usually have to watch his stuff a couple times to comprehend what he's saying, but it is really in depth and
then be able to look up words because the dude is just
he's genius.
Yeah, just his mental level is so far.
But anything I have watched and been able to like just understood, it seems like he's spot on.
Yeah, dude, he is, and I mean he's got a bunch of series, and this is not a sponsored thing, but I know like if you're a conservative, man, spend the $14. I mean, you don't even have to. That's the best part about it is so the Daily Wire, they have a bunch of different people that are under their umbrella, and it's. All of the podcasts and stuff are available for free through Apple Podcasts. You can listen to Jordan Peterson. You can listen to Michael Knowles. You can listen to Ben Shapiro. All of those guys are on there, and they all have a great perspective on a multitude of things. Jordan Peterson has a successful marriage series that he has that's available on Daily Wire, and I think it has to be a Plus subscription, so I think it's like $14 or something a month. It's a trivial amount. For quality content.
Which this is kind of stepping. It's about. I'm going to kind of step off the track there, but about like this younger generation, and this may be like a women thing more than a man's, but if you just listen to Jordan Peterson talk and the way he thinks about some things and the rules and the morals he has for like a relationship, a lot of people would listen to that and be like, absolutely not.
Right.
But you listen to him and then you see that he's got it, successful. Me personally, I don't think that way. I've agreed with a lot of things he said.
Yeah.
But you look at what he has,
right,
and you say, okay, you kind of need that backstory. You can't just listen to the guy and be like, oh, he's full of shit. He's whatever. No, he's doing it, and it's worked.
He's practicing it, and he's got a 40-year successful marriage.
And so Dewayne Knoll, the one who we're going to be talking about here, he's the same way. If you listen to the podcast he mentioned, he's very, America has failed because father figures have failed, or husbands, or, this is how my wife and I do it. She does not understand everything I do. And I don't understand everything she does.
Nope.
34 or 35 years, I think he said. It works.
Yeah.
In the first, year or two, I think he said.
I think it was something like 3 years. He wasn't.
He was up north working, and she was living at home with her dad and their kids.
Yeah,
But the dude's on the grind. He's taking care of his family. Mm-hmm. So there's a reason this shit worked with my generation's grandparents.
Yeah,
and why it's not anymore. And you can talk all the shit you want about. Well, it shouldn't be that way or whatever. Well, explain to me why it's worked then and it's not working now.
Yeah. To get specific, and this, again, this isn't. We're not being sponsored by any of this. This is just we got.
Yeah, these people don't know we exist.
Yeah, right. But these people have spoken to us and not spoken to us, but you know what I mean. Like their podcast hit home for both of us pretty hard. So the
two different generations, and that's not a old hit at Sam at all. That's just being honest.
Right, and that also that tells you too that you've got a commonality between generations that will
90% of my generation is not. They're down here.
There's a majority of my generation. I mean, technically, I'm a fucking millennial.
Yeah, I'm not.
But you're a Gen Zer. So
it's not your generation, but it's fucked up though because you got this older generation where I feel they're obviously I feel they're more successful. They've done things. They've made things last. They've all had issues. They've made it work. But then in my generation's obviously a clusterfuck. But, so you kind of see this clash of generations. But who raised my generation? And I'm not just going to throw the blame. But, I kind of feel like it's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah. Well, and so I want to say that.
And there's people out there that have said that exact same thing too that are not, way older than I am. And I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not throwing the blame, so I'm not just going to say these guys are like taking.
Right. Well, I mean, I will go out there on a limb and say that, I feel like that a large part of the reason.
I'm not going to say it's the whole problem at all.
that I'm going to say that a large part of the reason that I have the morals and beliefs and values that I have as an adult now is largely due to my grandparents. Because my dad was on the road, he was a blue collar guy, and was gone 9 months out of the year for the most part. So I was with. Sorry, there was something on the other side. There was something in the window. I don't know if there was a bug or what, but I saw something jump by the window. But so I spent the majority of my time with my grandparents. So I would say for like the first 12 or 13 years of my life, my grandparents are responsible for raising me.
Yeah, so like, my parents had me, but they both worked. My dad worked nights, same deal, blue collar, working in a truck shop, you know.
Yeah.
And my mom worked for my grandfather at the time. So, my same deal for me basically. My grandparents brought me up. Now, it wasn't at no fault to my parents.
Right.
I was just, that's just how it was.
Yeah, just the way it worked out. But and that's also something too that I feel like that you and I benefited from. That this generation
I don't get along with people my age. Every friend I've got, other than a few I can count on one hand that are my age,
right?
Everybody I've ever done anything with is older than I am. So I get along with the guys at work. That's just how it's always been.
Well, and I feel like that's kind of a benefit that you and I have is because it's that multi-generational upbringing that I think has helped to shape who we are and our personalities and what our beliefs are, because it's not just one generation's beliefs.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the biggest part of it is that we don't blame all of our problems on everybody else.
That's right.
We're self-accountable, and I think that's where it all starts.
100%. I'm gonna 100% get on board with that, because the minute that and this is, we're gonna get into the cliche here, but I've always told that you're pointing the finger at somebody. There's 3 more that are pointing back at you. It seems cheesy as fuck, but honestly, when you really get right down to the brass tacks of it, it's the truth. Because if you're sitting here spending all of your time trying to divert the blame off of yourself and onto someone else, then you're not taking the opportunity to learn. Some of the biggest lessons I have learned in life is by fucking up royally.
I learned everything the hard way. 10 times out of 10.
And then owning it and moving forward. And that's probably been my biggest lessons, and honestly my biggest growth has been through just falling flat on my fucking face, not catching myself at all, and getting up with a bloody busted face and going, well, shit, now what do we do?
So I saw a deal on social media the other day, and it was somebody who had posted that said, when you tell a story, you tell the good parts you did, and that's all. When I tell a story, I tell the bad parts I did also, and that's the difference.
Exactly.
And I have no reason to hide anything or lie.
Yeah.
Your opinion of me isn't that big of a deal at the end of the day, where I have to lie about it to cover it up.
That's right.
I mean, it's just...
Well, and I think that's something too, is like, I think a lot of people with...
And that's coming from somebody who is very hard on himself in the way other people see me. So that says a lot. So, and that plays right into what I'm fixing to say here, is that I feel like that, and I'm not going to get on here, social media is the root of all of this, blah, blah, blah. I will. I'll say it, because my generation is the one that's completely fucking blindsided by it.
Okay, well, so I will say that I feel like it plays a good part in it, that the yearning and desire to have so many likes on your post, or to have so many people try and find, and I mean, fuck, we're guilty of it. I'm running the Facebook page for Living the Dream podcast, and I'm sitting here paying money to get Facebook people to look at my fucking posts.
So I saw a deal earlier.
It's also for financial gain, so I kind of feel like it balances out. It's not the same.
I saw a deal earlier, and I'm going to say that it goes both ways, but I'm going to say it's even more so for women that way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just obviously with the shit that's going on.
Yeah.
And it was a guy on a podcast earlier, and I actually think I saved it. I don't know if we can plug in or not, if your thing's working. Actually, it may not be good to... I'll show it to you. I don't know if you're going to want it on here.
I mean...
But it basically talked about getting up, working the hustle, going to deal, and this guy... Yeah, here it is. And this guy's talking... It's foul language to women, but it's basically saying, he's like, dude, even back in the day, I could respect a hoe. Like, she got up, she went, she did what she needed to do to make money. He said, you can't even respect, like, now, you can't even, it's, you know, it's OnlyFans, it's this, and it's that, and it's...
Oh, yeah.
They get likes on Instagram or whatever, and so now all of a sudden, you're here, or the society's here, and they're, you know...
Right.
He's like, that's not...
Is it George Carlin? Oh.
I don't... He is the guest on the... Oh, it's Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is actually... Okay, so we'll go ahead and play this,
so
if it'll hook up,
hold
because
on.
this is actually a really... It's not just what I just said. It's actually a pretty good...
It's fucking Joe Rogan. The dude is next level. That's all there is to it.
But I've seen a couple videos of this guy who's talking
Yeah.
on different podcasts.
Yeah. So your special USB-C over there.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is...
So hopefully we don't get it. I mean, if we do, then you may just have to edit it out, and you'll have to go find it on Joe Rogan's podcast or whatever. Because we lost an episode because I guess there were some copyright issues or something like that. But Spotify took down an episode. I don't know. It was one that me and Joe did.
Oh.
It was probably because he was playing too much freaking music.
Okay, ready?
I think.
Okay, so we'll just kind of...
We'll play this
if
if you
part of a podcast.
Yeah, and if you can't hear it, it's because we had to cut it out because of copyright issues.
Fucking figure it out. Everybody wants to be
Here-
a pussy. Just
I know,
feel bad for me. Feel bad.
What's the deal here? All right, hold on. We got some technical issues here. We're gonna play with it a little bit.
We were smelling a marker over there. Give us some slack.
So let's. It should be it. Probably not gonna show up there, but I don't know. Let's try it again.
All of them don't know.
Oh, chintzy ass. Try it one more time.
I had to learn it because
I think it. I don't know if it's doing both. Or,
I can hold it up here. I mean, it's going to be loud enough.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
everybody wants to be a pussy. Just feel bad for me. Feel bad for me. Who fucking cares, bitch? That's why you're still sitting in that shit. Nobody's gonna take you out of it except for you. Nobody's gonna do for you. Nobody's gonna love you the way you love you. I love my dad. I love my mama. I love all of them, but none of them love me the way I love me.
That's something that you have to learn. Now, a lot of people don't love themselves like that.
I had to learn it because I learned to hate myself at first. So it
What
was
made you hate yourself?
I was just surrounded by bullshit and some of my family, some people around me, the homeboy I was with at the time, everybody would just talk shit to me. So I was like, fuck, like,
I guess I'm not shit.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's not one person telling me this, is everybody. So I guess I am not shit. You know what
So
I'm
what
saying?
changed for you?
I had to believe if I had to love myself and I had to believe in myself. Because if I didn't love myself and didn't believe in myself, why the fuck should y'all two?
There you go.
Okay, so that is not the skit I was looking for, but it's also a good one.
It's a fucking good one too because I mean, and that is one of those things too that
Wish moment.
nobody is gonna do this shit for you. You're gonna have to if you want to be successful, if you want to move forward in life, if you're in a bad situation, the only person that can change that is you. And
Yeah, so I'll have to find the other one later.
all right, well,
Anyways, that was a good one. regardless.
that was a good one and it worked. And we'll do the old figure out the technical support issues again. But well, you seem to handle that a lot better than I did.
Don't be a pussy, dude.
Don't be a bitch.
He made a lot of good points.
You really did.
The other one, the one I'm thinking of the other skit I was telling you about, is with Joe Rogan.
Okay. So and that was one of the things that Jordan Peterson, the episode that he did on the Modern Wisdom podcast, which is okay. So we're gonna backtrack just a little bit. So Modern Wisdom, it's episode 869. It's Dry Creek Dewayne, Life Lessons from a Modern Cowboy. That's the episode that that him and I kind of listened to. What was it, Saturday?
Yeah,
This last Saturday?
something. He's also got an Instagram, which is how I heard about him because.
Yeah.
So me personally, I don't do a whole lot of TikTok. Like if guys at work send me videos, whatever, I'll watch it. But I watch Instagram reels.
Yeah.
He's got an Instagram account, and so that's where I heard of him. And I kept seeing skits of this podcast because it's a long. Was it 2.5 hours or something? It's a long podcast.
Yeah, it was a while. An hour and 55 minutes.
Okay, so 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long podcast, but it was
God, there
so
was
good.
so much good stuff.
And it's not just about the men's mental health. It's
yeah.
And I can tell you right now, if you listen to that podcast for some hope that he's going to give you a break of mental health and this is what to do,
No.
don't. That is not the one because he's going to tell you to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said earlier, why things worked for our grandparents. The older generation.
Yeah.
And he's got every right to do so because that guy has lived a life that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's earned every bit of it.
Yeah.
And like he said, this is no. Oh shit!
It's not a sponsorship or a promotion of
guy
him.
The guy doesn't know we exist.
No.
But when
I
we sat there and
sure
listened to
love to
that
have
whole
him on the
podcast, drank beer, and learn a lot from him.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and it confirmed a lot of the stuff that you and I both believe and feel is the right way to handle things.
And to me, it was important too because it's not like, I'm not talking shit, but he's not like just a modern influencer. Guys
Right.
our age who are out here trying to make whatever. He's not like listening to Andrew Tate or whatever. And I listen to those guys too, but it's old school. This is how it should be.
Yeah.
Man has his jobs, women have theirs, and it's not a.
It's not sexist or degrading or
At
anything
all.
along that lines. It is what it is. And this is one thing that I have a firm belief in, and that there's a lot of people that in my life and around me that will share the same beliefs, and it's not a discount to say that women are not equal to men. I'm going to be completely and totally honest with you. Men are, if we want to get if we really want to get right down to it, men are not equal to women. Can you fucking produce another human being?
I believe it goes both ways. Women aren't equal to men, and men aren't equal to women.
Oh, well,
they were both here to have their own.
Right,
yeah, I get what. I agree.
but I mean, I guess what I was trying to get at with that one is that why would women want to try and be equal to men? Okay, great, you can get some of the strength, but just physically, God did not make you that way. Sorry, you'll never be as strong.
I'm gonna throw this point out there, and it doesn't have anything to do with religion or anything, but it's a good point to them, and it's their whole deal is preaching to, and this is not what this podcast is about, but since we're here, this. They constantly, why can't you accept us? Why can't you do this?
Right.
You did not accept yourself for what you were.
There you go.
So why are you preaching to me to accept what you are now?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I don't give two shits what you want to do. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me out of it. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
And that goes for everybody, every race, gender, whatever you want to throw out there. That's just, I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as you're not throwing it in my face, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's your life.
Well, and that's always been my biggest thing too. Is okay, fine. And this is a bit of a rabbit trail, but this is a hot button for me because it's something I've had to deal with personally. But you want to sit here and throw all this shit at me that you've got to accept me, understand me, believe in me. Well, okay,
where's the reciprocation?
Exactly. You're wanting me to sit here and go, oh yeah, okay, I change everything that I fucking believe to understand where you're at, but yet you're not willing to just take a little slice of your mental capacity and be like, I kind of understand where he's at too.
The big root of it's selfishness. That's all it is too.
There it is.
And I understand. I'm not gonna take their side, but I understand. Their kind of deal is too. It's
a mental
these
health thing.
motherfuckers are all, they're selfish and whatever. Okay, but you're no different.
Mm-hmm.
You're making it about you.
Yeah, it's just selfish in a different way is all it
Yeah.
is. But yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah.
back to mental health.
Back to the mental health.
Fuck
Well,
all that.
that was a mental health issue
Dave
because
Chappelle talks all this shit we need on that. So if you like him, go give him a call. Listen.
that's right.
And he's not sponsoring either, but I wish he was.
Yeah, that ain't no shit.
That dude's cool as shit.
Yeah. I had a train wreck there because that video went through my head where he's like, he had that skit And then they said, "You can't say that on there." And he's like,
He's
"You mean I
like-
can't say faggot?"
He said, like, hesitates. He said, yeah, and then screamed it. It's like, okay. Well, it's a lot like Matt Rife says, you know, and I'm not a big Matt Rife fan either. I honestly don't watch a lot of his stuff. I mean, obviously he's a successful comedian, but you know, it's like he says,
He's so fucking quick. Like he's so
he is,
on the
and
quick
so like
on the
I
fly.
don't,
That's
me
the thing.
personally, I don't really watch a lot of his stuff or whatever. But I mean, he's successful in what he does. There's no denying that. But it's like one thing he says is, you know, these people will get offended and they'll comment on his social media or talk to him after a show or whatever, and they get offended, and it's like, you can't cancel me. Like,
Yeah.
the world doesn't revolve around you. You know,
No.
I mean,
Well, and that's the thing too, is that I feel like that if I feel like it would help a majority of people's mental health if they weren't so worried about other people stepping on their feelings.
this is the problem, right here.
Yeah, it really
If that
is.
went away, yeah,
Well,
there's still
so-
difficulties in life.
Well, so here's the thing, and I'm not even.
And that's my
saying-
perspective because I'm that generation.
Right. Well, so I'm one of those deals that I don't give a shit. I post stuff on
Her
social media.
generation's even worse. Like, and I'm not talking about shit on her. I'm
Right.
just saying, her in 15 years, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared to death to have kids because of, you know, like, it's fucked now. What?
Well, you know what sucks though and it's like I have a prime example, and we've talked about the intern on the podcasts and stuff like that. But I have
Old
a prime
Toes.
example. He held toes, and he dude, that has stuck, by the way.
If you haven't noticed or heard this before, his nickname Toes because he's the furthest thing from a hand.
That's right. And then, so did I tell you the other one that I heard too is Doofer?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he ain't what we need, but he'll do for now.
Well, it's like the one I had. It's, what was it, stomach hands? Because everything he touches turns to shit.
That's great.
And no, I did not come up with these.
No, I can't take credit for any of these either, but they're spot on, man.
They really are. I wish I came up with them.
Right? But yeah, so Old Toes is, I mean, he's you're 20.
I'm 24.
You're 20, so he's a year older than you, and absolutely fucking worthless. Like, I wouldn't trust him to rearrange. I wouldn't trust him to sweep my shop. You saw the video. I won't embarrass him with posting the video.
Well, you're telling them what I know. I'm gonna use the rest of it.
Okay. It's just the generation is it's so bad, the level of struggle that goes on with Jesus Christ.
I don't know who stacked all that shit there, but
Well, you know, it's probably the guy that owns this damn shop and needs to get it organized.
got a free fucking Snap-on box. I don't know why he's being a dickhead.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to put the wood somewhere else. I moved the Snap-on box in, and I had to move the wood out of the way for the Snap-on box. And, you know, priorities, okay? When somebody's like, "Hey, I'll let you put my Snap-on box that's more expensive than the tools that are probably in it. I'll let you put that in your shop. You move everything out of the fucking way, and you put the damn Snap-on box in your shop because it looks cool." And we'll do some B-roll or something that I'll put on the Facebook page. So you'll have to go on the Facebook page to see it. And we'll do some B-roll of the Snap-on box, and. But yeah, so I don't understand how we can have just two. I'm not gonna say two. There's a multifaceted difference in generations, like within the generation, because, you know, I've got a guy that's on a podcast with me that shares similar values and beliefs as far as work ethic and stuff like that. That is a year younger than a guy that has no work ethic, has no drive whatsoever, and it's just, I mean, the fact that he even lives by himself and makes it to work. Well, he doesn't make it to work all the time, so
Well, he does. He forgets his socks.
he forgets his socks.
For a guy named Toes, you think he'd remember that?
It's his fucking socks or his badge, one of the two. We've actually
Daniel.
Oh, sorry, honey. Hey, she's actually been really good about that lately.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but we actually have a jar at work for it's the badge fund. So we told him that every time he forgets the badge, he has to put $1 in the jar.
Jesus Christ.
So you know what his response to
I would
that?
think about the time guys started giving me shit for something, that somebody should be around my neck every time.
Exactly. Well, here's the funny thing is you would think that his response would be like, oh, yeah, I'll work on this, blah, blah, blah. No. His response was, I won't have money for rent.
Interesting.
Just let that soak in, okay?
What's rent?
I don't know. Not anymore. I mean, what do you mean? What's his rent?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what his rent is, but I'm sorry, but if you're telling me that you've just come to accept the fact that you're going to lose your badge so goddamn much you can't afford for food or rent.
He drives the same car back and forth every day.
Yeah,
Why is it not in the fucking car?
Exactly! Dude, that is the same thing. I'm like, okay, have I forgotten my badge? Absolutely. But guess what?
Happens.
I drive different vehicles to work too, okay? I'll have 2 different vehicles that I drive to work. Sometimes I may put it, I used to put it in the vehicle. Now I've gotten to where after forgetting my badge a couple of times, I have redesigned my system to where...
So what is your protocol? Like, is it like you got to have it visible or...
No, you just have to have... You can't get in the goddamn building without it.
Okay, so like we had key cards at CAT.
Yeah.
So I had to have it to get in the gate.
Yep.
Get in. Yeah. Somebody stayed in my wallet.
Yeah.
Because that was with me every day.
Ours can't be in the wallet. It has to be visible.
I just asked that.
Oh, sorry.
Your response was, we can't get in the building. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay.
You can't get in the building, but it does have to be like visible on your person because if you see someone without a badge, then you're supposed to call them out and escort them off the property. So, what do we?
Well, she was there this weekend. You don't have a badge.
Shh.
Edit.
Yeah.
It's just me being a smart ass. I don't give 2 shits.
Hey, it's whatever. I was.
My boss buys a blow up doll and puts it in my truck. Like that's how laid back my shit is.
Well, I mean, I was in my dad's secured facility as a kid as well, and we'd go up there on the weekends when I got called in and shit like that, and that was how I kind of got my love for maintenance, was seeing all the cool shit that he worked on. I was like, ooh, I want to do this shit too.
No, I mean, I was at the cat shop with my dad too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, big deal. It was just you just had to have it get in the doors and that gate and that kind of shit.
Yeah. But so shit, I don't know. We rabbit trailed big time there. Well, so
yeah.
So okay, so the mental health aspect of it. Okay, so we can tie all this
so why
together.
did we go to your toes? Why did we?
So toes
This
is
gonna be a long podcast.
Well, it's fine.
Nothing wrong. We got 9 hours.
Yeah, that's fine. So hope y'all are strapped in. We got plenty of memory.
Don't worry, we'll have to work in the morning too.
Yeah,
This is a Wednesday night.
right. Yeah, this will not be the podcast that comes out the day after. It's we're a week ahead.
Yeah, week. Yeah,
we're a week
We
ahead.
missed the what week did we? It wasn't Thanksgiving week, was it?
No, it was a while back.
Something came up. We missed a week. We were
it was
2
when
weeks ahead.
It was when I was moving. Oh,
No, because you did one by yourself then.
I don't know. It's whatever. We get like 2 weeks ahead, and then we drop back to where we're week to week, and then we get 2 weeks ahead, and then we drop back to week. So it's just whatever.
I don't do any of it, but it's too much to try to do tonight and put out in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah, no. It's a very slow process. But so the whole mental health aspect of it is I was talking about toes, and technically, sorry, your generation it's
Hurt my feelings.
It's-
My ass gets up and goes to work every
that's
day.
right, and the vast difference in that respect is mind-boggling to me, because there's just 2 totally different mindsets with that generation. You've got one that is worried about their anxiety and their social media and all this shit, and then there's the the other generation that's we participate in social media, but it's not for it's not for you. The social media is for us, because we get on there and watch all you motherfuckers break down. And then we find stuff that helps us deal with the real life bullshit that we have to deal with.
I'm on there for Marketplace, homie.
Yeah, right. Well, then I understand that. Well, you fucking surf Instagram reels
I do.
and shit too.
Yeah,
too.
that's just jab in there.
Well,
Yeah,
fuck,
but
I'm
like
just
the
as
TikTok and that kind of shit. I honestly don't like unless guys send me stuff
They were-
at work, and if they do, it's stuff to do with trucks or equipment. That I
Yeah.
don't get on it. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you how to work it.
I get on
And that's no
TikTok like
bullshit.
rarely, and it's only if like I've doom scrolled for a while on Instagram and there wasn't anything that just tickled my fancy, and then I go over to
Well, if
TikTok.
that's the case,
and
I go to sleep or back to work.
Yeah, well, that's usually whenever I'm just sitting in bed before I go to sleep. So I'll sit there, or if I have my feet kicked up at my office job.
Well, I got somebody that blows my phone up now, so I don't have to worry about it. I always got something to talk about.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's not. I'm not complaining at all. That was not a complaint.
But the fact that circling back to the, damn it, ever since I bitched about saying circle back because of Kareem Jean-Pierre, of the press secretary of the White House for Joe Biden, and the Hunter Bidening pardoning motherfucker. Anyhow, not a political podcast. We do have our political opinions.
We need a fucking flag.
We do. Well, so I was actually going to get out here and was going to spin around and have the old Ferguson in the background, but I didn't get out here in time to do
It'd
that.
be warmer on that side.
It would be warm. That's
Shit wouldn't be in the back. But
true. That's all right. Well, so there may be a change of scenery. There will be a change of scenery. We're gonna make it happen because I want that on the other side because I think it'd be cool as shit to have in the background.
But he's
Anyhow.
old, loses train of thought. Back to the
Rabbit
Lord,
trail
here.
a lot. The
There
whole
are a
social.
lot of rabbits up here in Martinsville.
Yeah, there is. The whole social media aspect is there's a whole lot of dependence on that for confirmation, for self-worth, and that's not where you get self-worth. You get your self-worth through the accomplishments in your life, through taking a horse that everybody says wasn't ever going to turn into anything and turning him into something, or taking a piece of equipment that somebody has cast off to the side and making that son of a bitch run, or figuring out something that somebody couldn't figure out. That's where your self-worth, that's where your drive, your motivation, all of that stuff comes from. It's not
But
from a fucking
These
picture.
people don't know though because they're not out there having to do it.
And that's the sad
It's
part.
the people that are having to, raised like you and I were raised. I didn't have an option.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. Coming up, growing up, I had everything I needed and could have wanted.
Yeah.
I'm sure people would call me spoiled, whatever you wanted, but I was, it was very instilled in me of you're going to work for what you want. I turned 16, fucking truck ain't leaving the driveway unless you're putting gas in the motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
Well-
that's just how I was brought up.
Well, okay, so I wouldn't
So-
say that you. I'm gonna help you maybe clarify this the aspect of you classifying yourself as spoiled. I don't believe that you were spoiled.
I'm not going to
believe
go
that it was
there,
one
but
of
I'm
those-
going to say it. I'm going to put it that way because it can't come back. Not that anybody that's watching this far is. I mean, they're on our side, or they wouldn't be watching it.
It's true,
But so that's basically me covering my own ass. I know damn good and well I wasn't.
right.
But I'll throw it out there as for them to, if it makes them feel better.
Well,
But
it's
I'm
going to say
how
that
you brought. If you're taught to work for these things and whatever, then you don't have that mentality of I got to get it from social media.
yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, my thing was and what I was trying
Which
to
is
get at
like
with
it
you
says,
was
it bounces back to that other generation.
yeah.
And this is not me just throwing blame, but it's when people are born, they don't know any different.
Yeah.
They are brought up to what I get shit happens, but they're brought up to what whenever they get to a certain point, what they've been taught or raised or what they have been allowed to do, maybe not taught, then that's what they know, and that's where you get this generation.
Yeah.
Who allows that? Who teaches that?
Right.
And so that's kind of, I'm not throwing blame. That's just kind of it is what it is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go down the road of it's a matter of we didn't go without are necessities, because that was the thing and I'm willing to bet that's pretty much how you were raised. Was you had clothes on your back, food in your stomach, and a roof over your head. Those are the three requirements in order to raise a child. That's all I have to do to you legally. And
we had nice things, whatever.
Well, yeah, but if there was something too, when you got to the point to where you could earn your own money and take care of yourself, that if you want something for your truck, get your fucking ass out there and earn the money and do it. And hey, and guess what? And if y'all don't like any of this shit, you can call the shop phone. It's right over there behind Josh. Slide this way just a little bit, Josh. There you go, right there. You can call that phone anytime you want. It's 555, go fuck yourself. And you can lodge a complaint if you want to.
But in all honesty, if you don't like what you're listening to and you're still listening to it, props to you.
Right, yeah, hey, I will give you credits for that. Because that at least says that you're willing.
You're on the right track.
Right.
And I don't even mean that in the fact of you may start, believing what we're believing. But you're giving it a thought, you're attaining what we're saying and at least considering it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. If you're listening to this point, even if you disagree with it, fucking props to you.
Yeah, because at least you're willing to listen to it. Because I'll be honest with you, it's really hard for me to listen to some of the damn liberal podcasts and make it all the way through the damn podcast, and not be like, Jesus Christ, that's 30 minutes of my life I won't get back. But the good thing is most of y'all don't have an attention span longer than 15 minutes. There's probably can't pull it off.
There's probably a lot of people that think the same way about this.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we're long-winded motherfuckers. We're an hour in already.
If you don't put a microphone and a beer in front of me, I won't say 2 words. And that's no bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's it. He's not wrong. He's very, very
You
quiet.
have a spider on your head.
What?
Really? Where? No, I don't. It's a string.
I literally watched it crawl.
I don't see it.
I don't either. I think she's bullshit.
It crawled over the headphone and then was on his head.
And you're not gonna come get it?
Is it a little one? What? I mean.
It was a tiny one.
Oh.
I see where I stand with you.
Yeah, absolutely no defense. I get
Anywho.
it. That's rude. Just gonna let him be consumed by a spider.
Fuck that spider. I'm more pissed off I took my hat off on camera.
Oh! Damn it.
Edit.
Blur it.
That's out, yeah.
Blur it, yep. Yep, we'll have to blur that one. Wow. Damn it. What a setup.
You've never seen Smokey and the Bandit, have you? I take my hat off and for one thing and one thing only.
That's right. So the mental health aspect, which is what we started this whole podcast for, and I hope y'all can kind of connect some of these rabbit trails back
because
to
really
it.
we haven't talked about it hardly any.
Yeah, we kind of have. I don't know that we've talked about it in the respect that maybe we were thinking we were going to talk about it at the beginning of the podcast, but I think it's all of this is kind of related back to mental health, because when you're sitting here looking at this and trying to seek acceptance and, somebody to pat you on the back or give you an attaboy, you're looking in the wrong damn spot. Wait.
I feel like my generation specifically, they go online ranting to random people about, if they're depressed or something, trying to,
well, they get attention out of it.
Yeah. And
that's no different from that's like we talked about earlier, my generation and the girls, they're OnlyFans or they're posting pictures of, being half naked or whatever, and it's, what are you really doing it for? You're not getting anything out of it. Well, fuck you too, dude.
See? I love you more.
Fucking karate chop your ass. I'd rather just get bit, smack shit out of me. I worked out last night, dude. I'm fucking dying. Yeah.
Just for... Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well, when you do what I do for work, you don't have to.
Oh,
if I sat in a desk,
here we go.
One of these chairs all day, I'd probably have to go to the gym too. Yeah.
Whatever.
Dude, I saw your new boots. They're fucking clean. There ain't a dirt on them.
They're black.
You should have let Danielle wear them to work. Anywho,
Another
rabbit trail.
Yeah, another rabbit trail.
This is gonna be a long podcast because I'm not done yet.
Well, fucking take their lead there, sir.
No, I'm not. I mean, we're doing good together. I'm just saying there's still plenty to talk. This is just a good subject.
It really is,
I mean,
and it's one of those deals that I don't think that there's enough men talking about that. There is a mental health issue.
Working out.
Right.
Kiss my ass.
12 ounce curls and then triceps.
If 12 ounce isn't enough, I'll bring the Red Bull cans, dude. I don't know if they'll fit in there.
I don't know.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll fit.
Challenge accepted.
There's not enough, so here's the other thing too is I'm also not the softy mental health. You need to go get a prescription. You need to go talk to a psychiatrist. No, absolutely not. I am not going to sit on here and promote any of that bullshit because I have been forced into that situation. I'll tell you what you need to do. Go to the fucking gym, workout. Go to work. Put your mind and your focus on your work. Go to the fucking gun range.
So I've also seen video, like Instagram shit, and this is more social media bullshit, so I shouldn't even be talking about it on here. But I've seen videos too where it's like, damn, I'm off work. Now I got to go home and find something to keep my mind busy. And I'm very hard on myself. I have big issues with this topic personally. Mm-hmm. So to me, it is a big deal.
So here's my thing, and this is no slight at you, and maybe this is something that maybe you need to hear.
I won't take any offense to it at all. I mean,
so the whole, damn, I'm off work now, I need to go find something to do. Okay, this goes back to the beginning of the podcast where it was, you're in control of that destination. You can change that frame. You are the control of your own destiny. Mm-hmm. And if it comes right down to it, if you have that, damn, what am I going to do now? Okay. You've got two options.
I personally have a harder time with it this time of year because it's fucking dark at 5:30.
Right, I know shit, because there's really nothing you can do after work except for just go home,
go to Sam's
sleep.
house.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Drink his beer.
That's fine.
I know she asked her yesterday. I was like, are you sure he's not getting tired of me coming over there every night?
It's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I enjoy it, actually.
I'll fucking sell the house and move in here in the shop, dude.
I don't know about all that now.
Okay, see, it bothers him.
Draw the line. Draw the line.
See, it bothers him.
I'll give up my office. I'm not giving up the shop.
Oh well, dude, this is something you'll be running tomorrow if you gave up the shop. What are you I'll get shit done.
Oh no! Wait a minute now. Okay, see, I didn't know that came with servitude
get
as well.
the fuck out of my bedroom. I got shit to pull in here.
All right, well, so there you go. Maybe you may have a bed in the background in a future episode.
Dude, I can promise you, if I ever built my shop, nobody'd ever see me again. I'd be in that motherfucker.
Well, I do have to say I spent a large majority of my
time
in this
Actually, I wouldn't. I'd be at work paying for that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Somebody go buy our t-shirts, because I need a shop.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, go buy our t-shirts and make us go viral. And
I'll tell you what, if you guys get these... No, never mind. We're going to say that in the beginning of a podcast because it's too late.
We've already talked about it. Go ahead.
No, I got a new idea for the t-shirts.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we might have to, when we get done with this, we'll record it.
Yeah, because we've got a What the Fuck Josh hashtag going on.
We
do. Sell the Living the Dream podcast, we'll have to add these second shirts.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, hey, we are gonna have the decals. Okay, I just have to get the vinyl because you wanted a special color.
We've got to match the truck, dude.
That's true, but we do have limited colors of the hashtag What the Fuck Josh,
and I believe that has been talked about on here.
Possibly,
I think it has.
Even if it hasn't,
if not, we'll briefly touch on it.
It's going to be talked about it again. But oh, you're talking about how the What the Fuck Josh started?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure we've talked about
that one. So, but yeah, no. So we've got a decal, a steacal. It was a sticker and a decal combined together there.
I think it's just a decal.
It's just a decal. But we have.
There's a couple things the older generation's fucked up.
Yeah, well, I'm also getting kind of fucked up too.
Well, good. You're drinking your dinner.
Yeah, that's right.
I've never said I was a good influence.
Calories. So we've got a decal that it's hashtag What the Fuck Josh. It's the WTF Josh. That way, that way you don't get offended. You don't offend some of the people that are just walking around.
But fuck them.
That's right.
Hey, you know, the way I see it is if they don't like it, why are they looking at it?
Yeah.
You don't like it, don't read it. It's
You know,
on my
that's-
shit. You ain't
that's
paying
what-
a truck payment.
That's right.
Fuck them.
That's what I don't understand is why do so many people get bent out of shape about, if I've got some sort of sticker or something on my car. Now, and of course, this can go both ways, Why do we get so upset about the whole pride flag? Okay, well, don't hang it from the goddamn government embassy.
Okay, so let me say this. I will put like our what the fuck Josh stickers or some bullshit like that. I don't personally put anything political on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, anything religious. Because to me, that is a target for somebody to fuck with your shit. So I personally, that's just my opinion. So I don't do that. Plus, I don't follow it enough to. I do, but I like.
See, I follow it enough to be involved, be heavily opinionated on that.
See, but like even if I was, it's
I'm
not worth me having to have my truck repainted because some stupid cocksucker is a liberal.
I'm of the belief I wish a motherfucker would. That way I can have a reason to just whip the fucking piss out of
but it's like liberals. They're not going to do it when you're around.
This is true. This is very true.
Think it through, Sammy. I know you're drinking your dinner, but think it through. So that kind of shit I don't put on my shit.
Still looking for a reason to whip somebody's ass.
However, I drive a fucking second-gen Dodge with a flat hay bed on it and a fucking beef license plate on it. People probably know how I vote. So,
This is very true.
So, like, there's hints, but I don't put a fucking Trump flag across the back. Like,
Fuck, I will.
well, maybe a flag, but, like, I don't have stickers all over them.
Yeah, you're not, like Trump Vance for the win.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Where were we going with this?
Oh, just the mental health.
You really are having a hard time.
Huh? I'm sore, dude. Because I did work out yesterday.
So did I. I went to fucking work. I didn't sit in one of these all day. You can't tell me I'm fucking lying.
True.
Anyways. I can't remember what he said that podcast was now. But I will say if you have Instagram or podcasts, and I personally don't know if Dewayne Knoll has a podcast himself, but I do know he has social media accounts, and they are legit. I mean, I'm not, I've said it before, I'm not one to sit and listen to podcasts. I mean, there's been a couple I've listened to, and the couple I have listened to is like Clinton Anderson, and the podcast I listened to him was with the Converse Cowboy. It wasn't just, about training horses. It was, all the way from the beginning when he was a kid, how he got started, and his whole process to get where he's at now. And the same deal with this podcast we're talking about with Dewayne Knoll. He can teach you so much about, what it really takes to survive, and the old school ways of doing things and how things are. I'm gonna say correct, but that may not be the right word. But just how the older generation has made things work. Whether if you think it's not correct or what's the word I'm trying to think of, Sammy? It's not like men, like gender, like not gender equality, but like men versus women. Like
I don't know.
You said it earlier.
Oh, sexist?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that in any way. It's just women have their roles and men have theirs. I'm talking to him about. Basically, broke it down to him as in I'm not the type to listen to podcasts. I told him there's two major ones I listened to. It was Clinton Anderson with the Converse Cowboy, where that came from, and it was Dewayne Knoll with, and I couldn't remember.
Modern Wisdom.
Yes. So, it's just. Dewayne Knoll's a very old school tradition. This is how it needs to be. And the podcast with Clinton Anderson was very just piss you off as if you're not the way we think. I'm like, liberals is not a good term for if you disagree with his podcast, but it's very just blunt how it is, what it takes.
It's very coarse.
It's what it takes to just make it here, because he's not from here. He knows what it's like to move over, come into America, not have anybody here, figure out what it takes, move to the top. He's retired at 40, so it's rough. It's not what you want to hear, but it's what's successful with both of those podcasts and both of those men. That is just how it is.
Yeah. It's one of those deals that you can't. You're never going to be successful settling for second best. You can't, and you also can't let being knocked down, like, having a setback. Like if you're a patron and you heard what happened earlier, guess what? I'm still here, still doing the shit, and I'm still going to go to work and still going to continue moving forward. That's all there is to it. Was there a setback? Absolutely. Am I going to let it destroy me? No.
That's where mental health comes in. You gotta know. You just gotta push forward. Don't let it fucking get you now.
Well, and
I've been on the worst end of that. Fucking don't let it get you here.
Well, and I had probably one of the lowest points in my life was I was 10-year marriage, finally decided, okay, I'm done with this and I deserve better. I moved out, took my kid, moved in with my parents. Within a week, I lost my job. And so now I'm divorced, unemployed, and have no idea how I'm even going to finish paying for the damn divorce. And that was at one of my lowest points. That was where my mental health was probably at its worst. And I got through it. Now, I used religion to help me get through it. And a lot of that is a lot of people will say that, religion is a crutch. You bet your ass it is. It's a great crutch. Sometimes it's the only crutch that is going to get you through a lot of the stuff. Is it for everybody? Not necessarily. But I can tell you that there's nothing wrong with trying to live your life doing good and being a good human being, which is what the Bible and religion mainly focuses on. There's nothing in that is going to steer you wrong or make you a terrible person. There isn't. So, whether you're go to church every Sunday or go to church on holidays or just listen to an occasional religious podcast, you're not going to be led wrong by the Bible or that level of mental health support. It's going to help. It's an option. So, if you don't have anything else and you can't find something to help you get through things, church is an option. It's way better than ever paying a damn therapist, and it's a fuck ton cheaper. Let me tell you that right there. So, if it comes right down to it and you don't have anything else, there's that. But there's also friends.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
But I'm going to say for like my generation, her generation, the younger, people get on social media and they look for the attention. That's what's causing it now. Now I can't speak for, and I'm not. This is not an old fucking
No. I get it.
I can't speak for you or the generation before you because it obviously wasn't there. My generation, I feel like a lot of the depression and mental health issues comes from that. If that was not there, they wouldn't have 90% of this bullshit in their head.
Well, Australia has specifically banned social media for anyone under 16.
I think it needs to be 21. That's just me.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't know that. I don't know that the whole banning aspect of it is going to help the situation. Because there's going to be loopholes. There's going to be ways around it. Somebody's going to lie whenever they do they fill it out. Unless you have to show a state issue ID or government issued ID in order to start a social media account, there's really no way to prevent that from happening.
Okay, but you got to be so old to have a Facebook. And if you type a fucking date in there, then you got one.
Well, no, I understand.
So this shit's not going away. Regardless of what I think or you think or Australia thinks, it's just not.
Yeah.
Reality is, I don't know if there's not an answer for any of this. It's just two guys trying to help whoever's listening to this, and there was two guys who helped us, and there was probably two guys that helped those guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there is one of those things that getting rid of social media is not the solution. That's not what's going to solve it. What is going to solve it is to teach your children, support your friends, encourage them to look at themselves and appreciate what their talents and skills are and to seek after that. Because that's really what it boils down to, is it doesn't matter what Josephine on the other side of the fucking world, how she responds to your social media, how she does, how any of that, whether she likes your post or not, it doesn't matter. Because I'm on Facebook, I'm on there for the marketplace issues, and for the projects, I say issues.
Let me jump right in here real quick before you run off with it again, the different topic. So you said, the way you teach your children. Quit being their best fucking friends. That is the last thing these kids need. Be a fucking parent. Yeah. And that's another thing, like I mentioned earlier when he was out, Dewayne Noel, he teaches the America has failed because these men are not being father figures. They're not being husbands. Yep. They're failing in this. And I'm not saying it's one-sided to men. It goes both ways, men and women.
It does.
But quit being their friend. That's not what they need.
No.
It's not.
No. It's not at all.
You have in your mind, and people will think I'm bullshitting. I don't have kids. I'll say it right now. But I know he'll agree with this. These people, they have in their heads, okay, we have our kids. If we're not their best friends, they'll hate us.
That's fine.
Raise that fucking kid how they need to be raised. And when they get to a certain age of maturity, because of how they've been raised, they will appreciate that. So, I was no different. When my parents were coming up, man, they were hard asses. And it's like, why the fuck am I having to go to work at 16? Fucking put gas in the truck. Now, I look at the rest of my generation, and it's like, I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know.
So this is
quit being their friend.
This is a Tomism. Okay, this is something that he told me all growing up. Well, I say growing up. Tom is my stepdad, and you've seen him. He's been on the podcast a couple of different times, and he told me one time that it's one of those deals that I would rather you be 25 and successful and hate my fucking guts than 16, still at home, eating my food, not having a fucking job, and just, living on fucking welfare or whatever. And that's the whole deal. He's right on that respect, too, is that as a parent, you've got to instill in your kids the ability to, be self-sustaining, to push forward and to get what they want to do. Because it's one of those deals that, as a parent, yes, you need to supply them their basic needs. Feed them, clothe them, put a roof over their head. Anything outside of that, they need to learn to earn it. They've got to do a little extra around the house other than just the basic topics. My daughter is a really good example of that. She has horses. And part of having horses is she's got to take care of them. So she gets.
I feel like a lot of people, in my generation, whenever they're older and they're gonna have kids, I feel like they're just gonna let them do whatever they want because I've seen TikToks of they're like, if I was a parent, I would let my kids have all the freedom and do anything.
I got a point to throw in there too.
That's where you mess up.
Yeah. Well, but it's one of those things that it is one of those deals that because having horses is that something that and be honest, but is that something that you have to have in order to survive in life?
Yeah. Penny, I have to have Penny.
No, you don't.
But Thunder, you get out of here.
But in real honestly though, if Penny went away, granted it would break your heart, but you would still survive if she went away. Okay, so it's not a need; it's a want, right? You have to use your words because they can't see they can't hear your brain rattle or any of that.
Yes.
Okay, so it's one of those deals that it's because it's something that she wants, so she puts forth the extra effort. She gets off of school, she goes out there, she takes care of the horses. We have chickens too. She wanted chickens. That was her deal. She wanted to have the damn chickens. Granted, we did
most of the time they have water.
Okay, so I'm not gonna I'll bust her chops about the one time that the water did run out, but I won't bust her chops anymore because she's at least now communicated that we need water because she can't open the damn thing. I don't know why it's so freaking difficult, but it is difficult. I struggle with it.
These two work out.
Right. But so it's one of those deals that you have to instill in your children that they need to work for anything that they want extra. Because, I mean, sure, you're going to get the basic necessities of life. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to put clothes on your back. They may not be the latest and greatest clothes, but you're going to be fucking clothed. You're going to be decent. And I'm going to teach you self-respect and common decency, which is something hygiene. Jesus Christ, hygiene is fucking critical. Okay? Nobody wants to smell your ass. Okay? Fucking take a shower, wear fucking deodorant.
So I'm not going to... You finish your story, but I do have a point I want to throw in there.
Okay. So I'm just going to sum it up real basic-like, and it's a matter of if you don't like how society is going, guess what? You're responsible for how the future continues to go. So if you don't like society, go have a kid. Train that kid. Teach that kid. Raise that kid.
That's a complete 180-degree thought from what I had about having kids. So there you go.
Hey, this is as somebody that has struggled through and dealt with society pushing in the opposite direction of what I believe my kids should do. That, I mean, honestly, that is, you want to change fucking...
That makes sense. I get what, yeah.
You want to change...
That's another thing. You can't just sit here and be one-sided. You have to, if he says something, whether I agree with it or not, you at least entertain it, give it a thought.
But, yeah...
Because what he's saying makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to change society, repopulate society with your fucking offspring.
That's the bad part. It's like, what's his name? He's a comedian from Kansas. I've talked to you about him before.
Fuck. I mean, the good thing is we don't have to worry about a bunch of the fucking leftist retards repopulating society because they don't repopulate anyhow.
Yeah. Anyway, he had a joke about it's not the intelligent ones repopulating, it's always fucking Cletus and Velveeta clogging up the trailer park every third fiscal quarter. Now, this is not my joke.
I don't remember who it is.
Chris Porter. Yes.
Okay.
I won't play it, but it's fucking funny.
Okay, so what was your? So you said you.
Okay, so going back to my deal on parents not not being their kid's friend and all that. You're worried about them disliking you or hating you or whatever. And
did you hear what I said?
No, because I was out there.
Okay, so I don't know.
What you were saying.
So what
I felt like I could hear some, but not.
Okay, so what I was told growing up is that. Tom, my stepdad, told me, he said, I would rather you be 25 and successful and hate my guts.
I heard that. Okay. Yeah. So that kind of gets me back to where I was at. These parents, they're worried about their kids hating them. And, I said, well, when they get to a certain point, they'll appreciate what you've done for them. And I stand by that because I appreciate it from my parents. And this is coming from somebody who's this young generation. So that's not an excuse to not listen to this. As a 40-year-old's telling it to you. And that's not a hack at him.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so a question I'll ask the parents who are, they're their kid's friend. You want the best for your kid, or you wouldn't be trying to be their friend because they hate you. Mm-hmm. Would you rather them dislike you now, and for a couple years and then figure it out, or okay, so say you're their friend now. They like you now. When you're gone or something happens, your kids are an adult. That kid's a lifer.
Yeah.
Would you rather your kids kind of dislike you now and be kids, and then in a couple years appreciate what you've done and be successful in life, or would you rather them just love you and be your best friend now and never have it figured out? I think the world owes them something.
Yeah.
And that's something to contemplate and think on. That's not me being a smartass. That's, like I said, anybody listening to this at this point, I feel like we're preaching to the choir here. But,
kind of.
So that's another good point, I feel like it's, okay, instead of me telling you, let me ask you, would you rather be their friend now and nothing later on, or would you rather just be a little hard on them now and create a successful future for them?
Well, and it's so we can go down the path of, okay, do you want to support them forever? Or do you want to support them while they're a kid? That's a pretty good way to sum the shit up, because if you want to teach
I see both sides of it every day. And I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole every day, man. We spent 4 hours on the side of the fucking highway the other day because of it.
Oh god. Because it's one of those deals that you can teach your kids to be successful and support themselves and get out on their own, or you can teach them to fucking depend on you and not be able to do a damn thing in their life, and then sure you'll have yourselves a self-made little bestie that's going to be your crotch goblin up your ass for the rest of your life. And then guess what? When you die, now it's fucking society's problem. We've got to deal with their BO. We've got to deal with their lack of work ethic. We've got to deal with the fact that they can't keep track of their fucking badge or put socks on.
You all think it's cute and funny while it's your kid.
Right.
Think of it as everybody else's kid.
Yeah.
You know, it's not your one kid in a society that's great.
Yeah. It's not just your problem, okay? We have to fucking deal with them too. So help the rest of society
That's why
out.
my mental health's fucked. Back to the topic.
Dealing with somebody else's fucking kids.
They pay me good to do it, but
Cheers to that, but it's still a pain in the ass.
I really feel like we're way off topic here.
I don't really feel
I
like
don't feel like
are,
we've
though.
stayed on topic at all.
No, we have and we haven't, but it's all been one of those deals that, hey, you know, it's all
things that cause it for us.
Yeah, it's what causes our mental health issues.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's one of those
What drives
deals.
me to this.
I feel like that. I think you and I both had the same concept of like what we were trying to do as far as men's mental health.
Yeah, because this is not scripted.
No,
We both get off work, call Ask to Sam's, drink cold beer, and bullshit.
yeah, and we talk about the topic.
So if you enjoy it, come have a seat because we got a third microphone.
We do have a third microphone. It sits over there all by itself, and it's lonely. So come talk in it. We've actually I think next week we may have a special guest next week. The guy from Kansas, Brian, the laser calibrator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, he's gonna be a fucking good time.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be one we're gonna have to.
One of those do it on a Saturday.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna have to be a Friday or Saturday podcast because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get pretty fucked up and it's gonna be a really long episode.
I got the junior suite that night.
Yeah,
One of us does.
well, so I'm gonna have to acquire an air mattress at some point because the guy.
That was his deal. Yeah.
The guy literally told me, he goes, listen, as long as I got a place to fucking crash and I don't have to drive home, then
I'll make it back to us later.
Yeah, so, yeah, no, he's got to go through Kansas and all the fucking big deer that they have up there. It's no way.
Fuck, there's big deer between here and 75.
Dude, there was 7 of them. Today when I came home, there was 7 freaking deers, a whole herd of deer. I should have brought this shit.
The worst thing I ever did was drive a truck out here with no light bar on it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one fucking truck I got that doesn't have one. It's getting one, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, hey, I hear you on that one, okay? None of my vehicles have light bars.
Fucking drag that damn horse trailer around. It's got them all
I'm
over.
about to pull the one that's on the horse trailer off and strap it on the truck just
I got
as
one
security.
in the shed.
Really?
Yeah. It was laying in my Duramax bumper when I bought it. So, if you want to look at it, you can have it if you want it.
All right, I'll take a gander at it.
It won't fit in the Ford bumper out there.
But so the whole mental health aspect of it, and I know we've rabbit trailed a lot, but I think what we were really, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but the premise of the men's mental health is that all of the shit that we've talked about is stuff that goes through our heads. It's all stuff that is weighing on our minds as men, as trying to be providers for the family, trying to take care of our kids, trying to provide a roof over their head for our family, trying to make sure that there's groceries in the fridge. That's a lot. And not a lot of guys will sit here and tell you that, you know, that's on their mind. Fuck, there's some guys that's not on their mind, and they're pieces of shit. So they're the reason, you know, there was obviously, going back to the social media aspect of it here, but I get up and go to work every day because there's people on welfare that depend on me.
10-4.
So, you know, it's not only am I trying to support my family, but I'm trying to support the other motherfuckers that won't get out there and do the work that they need to support their family. So it's
Yeah, that's another problem with society.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother deal.
That's a whole other thing.
That's-
Well, but that goes back to the whole deal. Don't teach your fucking kids to look for handouts. Teach your kids to get out there and get what they want. You know, I mean, that's really what that boils down to.
So I wasn't trying to point fingers to the raisin, but that seems like that's kind of where it.
Well, I mean, it is. It's really what it boils down to.
Kids shouldn't have all the access to social media. Where does it come from? Parents.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
And I will say that there's some of that plays. Some of what plays into that is the pressure for kids to not be bullied.
bring back bullying. No motherfucker needs to be wearing cat ears, and a fucking tail in school. Bring that shit back. I'll fucking say it. What are you gonna do? Cancel me? I'll get my ass up.
Nobody knows we exist anyhow, so fuck them.
I'm saying I'll get my ass up and go to work tomorrow and not think twice about it. I won't remember I said it.
There was a person.
Isn't it Bartlesville that has? Maybe it's Kane.
I thought it was Caney Valley.
Ugh, that's where I'm at.
Sorry.
Yeah, fucking cat box for a fucking student and their fucking parents a teacher. That's what's teaching your kids. That's the problem. Go ahead. I'll quit interrupting.
They had a pride flag, and they had.
Did you see that thing I sent you earlier? About the transgender flag or non-binary flag?
Yes!
Men's and women's?
Yeah!
That was fucking great.
Did you not see my response?
Yeah, I did.
It was great. It was
yeah.
I was like, well, I'm gonna say that if there's men's and women's and it's non-binary, then does it really fucking matter if it's a men's or a women's shirt?
Okay.
I mean, sorry.
Tell your story, but if you're
good
gonna
shit.
keep talking, you're getting on this third microphone. Yeah.
I will give her this. She's at least sat down on the microphone at one point.
Yeah, I know. I was there. We even got Danielle on one.
We did.
Okay, go ahead, tell your story. We'll translate. Oh, dude, we need live switch.
Yeah,
she
live
can talk.
switch.
He
She can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was walking in the hallway and this person had a pride flag on.
She was walking in the hallway and this person had a pride flag on.
Like a giant one over their back.
That 3x5.
It was just.
That's the new norm. That's the issue. But
We were just like, what the
well, they
hell?
were the ones smoking weed in your 7th hour.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're all on the same page now.
Dude, sorry,
Or you gotta leave and go get salad.
No, I don't. Not tonight. No, I'm trying
tell
to.
Danielle I said
I'm social mediating. Social.
Fuck your generation is the problem. Can't even have a podcast. He's over here texting.
I'm not texting.
God, I got my ugly mug on a Snapchat. That's
Yeah.
bad enough you got me on camera. What are
Yeah,
you doing
well,
now?
Well, I'm
You're
trying to.
posting that shit so the X will see it's all you're doing.
Yeah, part of it. Which
Fuck
eggs?
Not yours.
No, I'm.
Oh, they're both on there?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I think you blocked the one before that video sent because I never got anything.
No, I'm.
So
You're
I don't
talking
know
about
that it sent.
the
Yeah, when
burning.
we burned the shit.
No, it sent.
Okay. Well, I never got nothing. I was kind of surprised.
I know. I'm a little surprised too. No,
It hurt my feelings. I was really
see.
hoping I didn't. I don't need to
Yeah,
see it.
see. Sent his text message.
Oh, okay.
It was sent.
Fuck the hoe.
Oh, no. That was a mental health moment. That's what that was.
What she got? I didn't know she was on your Snapchat. I thought you added her, but she never added you back.
She may not have.
I didn't think she did.
It's whatever. It's fine. Doesn't matter. I still have the other one on the. Old Snapchat feed.
Oh well, yeah, I knew that one.
I can't believe. I don't understand why she's still there, but it's whatever. Maybe she's just on there for the entertainment.
Plan was a fuck up. That's why she's still there.
Anyhow, that's another.
See the old Snap-on box in the background?
That's right. See, look, I was trying to do it. Yeah, that's the shop donation there. He's supporting. Like I said earlier, when your friend tells you, because he was bitching about the wood that's on the floor down here, and I said,
Yeah, that shit needs to move.
It will. When your friend tells you that he'll let you use his Snap-on box and you just got to make space for it, you just move shit out of the fucking way and you let that Snap-on box roll the fuck in there, okay? Because
It's a little more convincing because it was cold as nuts outside and we were moving that shit in here and shutting the door.
Yeah. But it's the damn toolbox is nicer than all the fucking tools that I have inside of it. So the old.
I didn't get to watch it because I had my Bluetooth speaker hooked up when I videoed it. That bitch is turned up. I don't care what you say.
It sounds good though.
I'd love to have that engine in a truck. Boy, I'm not gonna say the N word, but we rigged some shit up on that thing today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's a
it's Southern engineering, Josh.
It's not a new machine. It's an older machine, but they went from straight linkage throttle setup to air throttle. So to basically keep from operators jumping in it, and some bitches will pull through the park brake. So it's basically to eliminate operators being able to do that. So instead of a linkage from the throttle pedal to the pump, it's got an air valve on the bottom of the throttle pedal, and then it's got an air canister that's hooked to the throttle linkage on the side of the pump. So you don't have throttle until it builds enough air, at least to release the park brake.
Oh, okay.
Well, it needs a compressor, so we bypassed that. So I unhooked all that bullshit and made a linkage. So it's old school now.
So wait, so
they'll smoke the park brake and then they can use it however much they want.
So you undid the undoing?
No, the air thing is a factory thing.
Oh.
Yes, I undid that and put a linkage on it with 2 bolts welded together and some fucking universal joints and a linkage out of an older scraper that was a scrap piece and
with a washer as a guide. Bro, so you have to
that motherfucker.
You have to send that to me.
Welded that in.
Hey, that was some pretty good welds there.
Yeah, sure.
Is it stick welding?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty fucking good welding for
like
shit
upside
material.
fucking down.
Yeah. Bro, you've got to send me that. That's got to go on the Facebook page.
All of it?
Yes.
Oh.
At least the bolts welded together. Like you can't mention it on here and then not be able to see it.
So my plan was, and you guys will see this if you get on there. My plan was to, so I had to get these universal joints.
Right.
From the hardware store. Well, they're fine thread.
Right.
Apparently nobody carries all thread that's fine thread.
Nope.
So my plan was to get 2 of those and a piece of all thread and cut it to a length.
Yeah.
Well, all they had was bolts, and they were too goddamn short. So I cut them, and then I had a fucking pin for a brake chamber on a truck. That was the perfect length to go in the center, so I welded that shit together, fucking made a linkage that was long enough, welded that washer to keep it from fucking moving, welded that fucker to the floor, put the brake pedal in it.
Hey.
Now she's got throttle, and they'll burn the park brake. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it together. Okay, so there was where the original throttle pedal was, and the air valve was underneath it. Well, I put that back just to cover the big-ass hole in the floor.
Right.
Welded that motherfucker in, cut the hole in the wall, ran that son of a bitch through, bolts welded together, to the pump, she got throttle.
Hey, you know what? Rednecks make the world go round. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
Okay? And that is some fine redneckery there, sir.
It fucking does the job.
It'll
smoke a park brake. That's all that matters.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really say. I don't have a whole lot of the whole redneckery stuff because a lot of our shit like
Dude, if you knew my boss.
So now I will say there is some redneckery, and if you've found me on Snapchat at all, then you'll see there's some shit that has occurred on the Snapchat that I have recorded because it's just one of those deals that you do what you got to do to make shit work 90% of the time. I just checked to make sure that the fire was still going.
Oh yeah, that's warm over here. Don't you worry about that.
Dude, it is like it's almost 70 degrees in here.
Yeah, I don't know how she's not freezing, but
well, that's because it's almost 70 fucking degrees in here.
Dude, I'm still wearing like I wasn't in a desk job all day. I was outside.
If
Dude,
you
it's
had
gonna suck tomorrow.
If you had some fucking meat on your bones, you probably wouldn't be near as cold.
Well, this is your dinner.
You
don't fucking worry about that.
You still
hand me another one.
Okay. I rotated the fridge tonight, so it's not near the hoopla to get to it now. I can just reach down here and grab it.
You need to get rid of that shit that's on top of it.
Well, we just need to sit it out there on the fucking pond dam and blow that shit up.
Fucking tell me twice.
Alright.
Got a fucking 12 gauge that's never been shot. Throw that shit in the air.
Go buy some goddamn ammo.
I do need to. I've had that gun Well, this Christmas will be 2 years,
I was gonna say it's going on 2 years, bud.
and it has never been shot.
Fucking sound like a Canadian there,
Dude, I got my ass chewed when I bought that motherfucker.
which is dumb.
Yeah, this is my Christmas bonus.
Exactly.
Fucking cunt.
Mental health. See, if they're gonna
Buy
if they're
the
gonna
gun.
if they're gonna bust your balls about it, buy the fucking gun.
I mean, she did know it was not going to get used, but still.
Wait, she knew the gun wasn't gonna get used. Oh, that's sad.
Well, I'm not into it like you are.
Well, do I need to come and pick up your unused gun and show it a good time?
Take that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck.
I'll probably be at work.
Well, hey, that reminds me actually. So another side note here. So Sunday, I know you're wanting to work on the Pete.
I'm not wanting to. I'm going to.
Okay, well, fine. So Sunday you're working on the Pete. When are you going?
Probably 7. It's a fucking work day, dude.
Oh, okay. So
I honestly don't know. I'll have to ask Bougie.
Okay,
I've thought
well-
about working on it Saturday too, but I'll have to ask him what his plans are for Sunday.
Okay. Well, regardless, let me know. But I was gonna say if you're not gonna work on it until like fucking noon or something.
No, I don't know. I need to get up and go fucking work on it because we got a lot of work to do to the bed, and we're trying to get the bed ready to go to paint. So
Okay. Well, I was gonna say that if you're gonna work on it later.
that was a rare occasion because somebody kept me out till 2:00.
shots fired.
And
So-
somebody kept me out till 4 the night before.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't be talking about this podcast right now. We wouldn't be having this podcast right now if it wasn't for that.
I was
4 o'clock in
depressed
the morning.
before. Honestly, probably not. But
Anyhow.
anyway, what were you getting at?
So what I was getting at was if you weren't gonna be doing anything until later in the day, then you get your ass to the range and break
no,
the
I
shotgun.
Probably be up early because we need to get ready to go to paint.
Okay.
And I'll probably. I
So
don't
what-
know yet, but I'll probably be working Saturday too.
Okay. All right.
So what were you gonna ask?
Well, at that point, then.
No, you just said so what, and then I interrupted.
So what all needs to be done to the bed?
So it's a used bed, and it was on a. So service truck's got lineman body style body beds on them, because we use knuckle boom cranes on the back, and just the way we build them, they just work better than your traditional service truck bed. We're not
Right.
using cable cranes, whatever.
Yeah.
So this bed's used. So it's got. In the bed floor, it's got probably a 3x4 hole cut in it.
Okay.
Because this bed came off of a digger truck. So
Yeah.
it had the outriggers
Auger.
and the auger and all the bullshit.
Right.
So I got to patch that. And then it's got a pretty good dent in one side. Got to get that pulled out.
Okay.
It's got on the back of the box on one side, it's got a drawer or a door in the back.
Uh-huh.
We're getting rid of that and plating it.
Okay.
And then it had that big bumper and everything on the back that I cut off.
Yeah.
So I got to fix the back of the bed where all that bullshit was welded to it. And then I got to go through and figure out where all my lights are going to be and drill all the holes for those.
Oh.
So there's not a whole lot, but what there is going to take some time. And then basically once that's done, it'll go to paint.
Well, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
I got to
say-
cut so that one box on my driver's side above the duals.
Yeah.
Where my boxes or the toolboxes I bought are going to go. It's got shelves. I got to
Yeah.
cut those out.
Okay.
But other than that, it's not a whole lot. It's in really good shape. It's not rusted out or anything like that.
Right. This sounds like a whole lot of welding and fabrication.
That's why Bougie's gonna be there, because you saw the shit I just built.
Yeah. It sounds like right up my alley. So if your guys is gonna go up there Saturday,
If I go Saturday, so Claremore's got their Christmas parade Saturday evening, and Bougie's truck's gonna be in it. So he's busy Saturday getting ready for that.
polishing and cleaning.
But I haven't made up my mind.
Does Claremore do they do the lights at night?
What do you mean?
So there's one of them. Danny, which one is it that does the Christmas lights? Like they do the Christmas parade at night. It's usually cold as fucking balls.
Well, I mean, Collinsville did theirs last night,
Oh, do they?
but Claremore's will be it's gonna be at dark.
Okay.
Anyway, he's putting his truck in it.
Okay.
So Saturday he's busy. So I haven't really made up my mind. I mean, I got a bunch of shit I got to do to there's still a whole list I got to do before the truck can go to paint.
Right.
So I got plenty to keep me busy, but I haven't made up my mind if I want to work Saturday. But he said Sunday he wanted to come in and try to help me get the bed ready so it can, because my boss wants it to go to paint.
Okay.
So hopefully, I don't know if we'll get it all done, but Sunday that's what we're planning on doing. Just getting it ready to go to paint.
I'm all about.
So if you want to come hang out, come hang out.
I'm all about welding and fabricating. Sounds like a good time to me. I like doing a little stacking dimes.
And if you want to come learn something, come hang out.
I can tell you right now though. So what is it? Grinder and paint will make you the welder you ain't.
Fucking A right. I'll teach you that first. I didn't paint any of that shit today. I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow. Not really. No, I really didn't paint it.
So I can tell you that I should have used a lot more grinder on the ducting that I fabricated here recently.
That shit is trying to send, by the way.
Oh yes, because
here.
if you prop it up against the window, it might.
Well, I got her Snapchatting me and a buddy Snapchatting me.
Where are we at on? Dude, we're at almost 2 hours.
But we've got.
We still got 8 more hours to go on the video.
Well, you can see it.
And I'm wearing, so I'm wearing glass. Okay, so now I'm. Yeah, no, it's like 8 hours and 6 minutes is left on the on the Vijeo. So anywho, so I don't know. So you said you had a bunch of shit that you wanted to add to the whole.
No, I don't necessarily. I just think this is a topic that we could.
Hey, look, it went through.
I mean, really, anybody could just jump on and run with it.
It really is, and so I'll encourage y'all, jump down in the comments. There's a question section on Spotify. There's reviews on Apple Podcasts. If you've made it this far, give us a review. I mean, you got 2 hours.
All 3 of you.
There's all 3 of you that continue to watch, continue to listen. Give us a review. 5 stars only, though. Don't give us a single star review. That's just being fucking rude. If you listened this far into the podcast, then obviously you like something. Give us a 5-star review just for the fucking effort, okay? Don't be a hoser, eh? Sorry, my Canadian
threw me off.
Don't be a hoser, you know.
You ever watch that fucking Letterkenny stuff?
Yes. My favorite one is the oh no, I fucking left it. Where'd it go? Dicks. When they're like we're here looking for a dick. It's Charity Dick and Chastity Dick, and then his wife is Anita Dick.
Yeah. We're looking for little dicks.
Yeah, we're looking for our little dicks. We're afraid that our dicks have been bitten by the good time bug. It's so good.
Dick with a Y.
Dick with a Y. That's right. It's Dick with a Y.
That's one of those shows that's so fucking stupid. It's funny.
Oh, I know. It's like you watch it and you're just like, oh my god, there's so many fucking innuendos in this like 30-second segment that you're just like, But yeah, no, it's pretty fucking funny. I enjoyed the shit out of that one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so where are we going next?
I don't know.
This is a topic I don't feel like there's, an end. I feel like there's.
There really isn't. We could probably have a part 2 episode of the whole mental health aspect of it, and maybe not drink as much beer and focus on podcast.
I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah, it was a stretch. Okay, it was a stretch. Maybe eat food and then drink beer, and then maybe it won't hit as quick. But regardless, the mental health aspect is something that we could spend multiple episodes on, because there's not enough people that focus on the fact that guys carry a lot of the burden, and we don't.
I honestly do strongly encourage you, if you've listened to this point or if this is on your mind, listen to that podcast with Dewayne Knoll in it, because there's nothing we will say that he didn't say.
No, that's true. And he'll actually probably be, he may even be a little bit harsher about some of it, sure. because he is very. So just to give you a brief summation of what Dewayne Knowles went through was like he had an infant at home and decided to go work on a ranch in, was it Wyoming?
Somewhere. I don't remember. Somewhere up north. I know eventually he was in Alaska at some point, and the guy, he was up north.
The guy went north. His wife went to Hawaii to be with her parents. Was it her parents or his?
It was her parents.
Okay, so she moved in with her parents while he went and worked like on like dude ranch, like day worker kind of stuff, and to earn money. And he learned horseshoeing, he learned horse training, he learned packing, he learned all of this shit. But that was how he provided for his family. So that's one of those things that we gained a lot of respect for, because. Obviously not because, I'm not going to say obviously, but I've not specifically done any of that stuff, but just dealing with horses and dealing with the care of them and understanding what it takes to maintain those type of animals, doing it on a larger scale, holy shit, you've got to have people that can help you with it. That's just bar none. And having someone that is their entire job, you've got to be a pretty rough and tumble, because horses have a fucking personality and they will unalive you in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. So, the Dewayne Knowles is just, he's a very rough and tumble guy, and he's got the right idea as far as
it's not somebody who just figured it, has lived a rough life and thinks he's got it figured out. It's somebody who did all of this, and to a point where he came in life, and he'll tell you this. I'm not, I'm just telling you what the podcast said.
Right.
But it came to a point in his life where his kids are grown, and it's just, I don't remember how long ago he said, but not real long ago, where he wasn't happy with himself. He wasn't happy with the way things were going, and so he just sat down and he realized what he needed to do, what he needed to change. And it's really as simple as, I sit on the front porch and I smoke a cigar.
Yeah. I
think about life. It's that simple.
And it really is, and that's one of those things too that a lot of times you just so I can tell you this as somebody that has gone to college, but there is the psychology aspect of it, and there's a lot of and Jordan Peterson will tell you the same thing, is you have those times in your life to where you've just got to stop and not try and do anything. Just sit down, sit still. There's a freaking Bible verse in there. It'll come to me, sorry. But there's a point in time when you've just got to stop trying to trudge forward because you've got a wall of snow in front of you. And you just got to sit there and wait for warmer weather. And it comes to the point, like Dewayne said, he just sat down on the front porch and smoked a cigar.
No shit, he will tell you. It came to, I wasn't happy with myself.
Yeah.
It was time for a change.
Yeah. And again, that brings it right back to the beginning of the podcast here, that you are in control.
It's a mindset
of your future. It is
100%.
It is all within your capability. You can do anything, and I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and
something that I'm not going to say preach, but through this podcast is the older generation or the parents. They raise them this and whatever, but in our, it is a mindset in you. You're the only one that's going to make that difference. Mm-hmm. Now, do you have a maturity level because of who raised you or whatever it is, where you understand that and you see that and you realize that, where you're the one that can make a difference? Or even the fact, in reality, it starts with the fact that you've got an issue. You are the issue. It's not somebody else.
Yeah.
Do you even have that mentality? That's where it starts.
Yeah.
But, so that's where it all comes from.
And I feel like, too, that it's one of those deals that the options for the upcoming generation are they're just not there. It's social media for your guidance, or it's friends for knowledge and guidance. But if you just if you'll just put forth the effort, you can trudge through any amount of bullshit that's going on in your life. And honestly, sometimes though, it's like Dewayne said, just sit down and sit on your front porch. Yeah. Don't do anything. Leave the fucking phone in the house. Just set it over there, off to the side, and just sit on the front porch and watch the sunset. You know, one of the things that, like, the picture that I took not too long after we moved in here, it was whenever you and I and Danielle were sitting on my front porch watching the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
I can go back to that picture and immediately see it and feel a sense of peace just from that moment.
Yeah.
Because I mean it's one of the deals to where it's like, yeah, okay, fine. I took a picture with my phone. It didn't go on social media. I sat there, I took the picture, and I just sat there and watched the damn sun fall out of the sky. And it was peaceful. I had good people around me. And people that cared, shared the similar beliefs, and were motivated people. And that's a big part of being successful, is not so here you go. Here's a joke for you. It's hard to soar with eagles when you're flocking with turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't understand that, then you should probably look up the anatomy of turkeys and eagles, because eagles fly way higher than turkeys do. And turkeys can't even fucking fly. I mean, they kind of can. They'll get up into lower limbs of the trees, but they're not soaring with eagles, okay? Eagles are way up in the sky, and they're soaring free and you know, looking all majestic and stuff and looking like freedom. And then you got turkeys that are big, fat, feathery, and they're sitting in the low branches of the trees trying not to get eaten by
coyotes. Did you know
coyotes.
turkeys burp?
Wait, what?
They burp.
Wait. Really? Turkeys burp?
Hold on.
Okay. All right. I have a little side note here off of the serious motivational moment here. Don't be a fucking turkey. I mean, I guess it still kind of falls into the whole same category of don't be a turkey, because turkeys apparently burp. So if you're just a belching, worthless, low-flying piece of pheasant crap, what are we doing here?
I'm trying to look at the video.
Oh, she's still trying to look at the video. Okay, anyhow, so the joke is that, you know, it's hard to soar with eagles when you're flocking with turkeys. Okay, so you can't be successful and be on the upper echelon if you're sitting around with people that are just only willing to reach for the low hanging fruit, or just to get to the low limbs of the tree. Okay, so there's your moment there. It's hard to soar with eagles when you're flocking with turkeys. So let's learn about turkeys burping. Oh, I have seen that. But that's not like a turkey burping. That's if you squeeze the turkey.
That's burping your turkey, though.
The old turkey burping, huh? But yeah, was that a
What?
wait, what? Uh-oh, what did you find now?
Sammy,
What?
your wife probably hates me.
Why?
Because I was out there taking a leak, and I heard banging around in your fucking garage, and so I busted through the door, and she's home.
Well, yeah, I knew that.
I did not.
Oh, I knew that. She's been home for a while.
Yeah, well, I didn't, so I busted through the door like, Coda, what the fuck are you doing? And she's standing at her door just looking at me. I was like, oh, shit, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Whatever. So
She
anyhow,
didn't seem too pleased, so I'll let you have that conversation with her. I was just trying to be, like, protective of your shit. I'm embarrassed as fuck now.
you're fine. It's okay. Well, we probably should wrap this shit up, because it's going to take me a while to edit the stuff, because we just hit the 2 hour mark right there.
That's up to you. I'm embarrassed now. I ain't gonna say shit. I really did, dude. I was like out there just minding my own business, heard banging around.
Were you fixing to go in there and beat my dog?
I didn't know if it was him. I didn't think he could get in the garage, but I heard people banging or something banging around in there. So I like busted through the door, and it's him. And all I saw was him at first. I was like, Coda, what the fuck are you doing? And then she came around the door and just looked at me. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were home. Like I just heard fucking banging around in here. It's like, oh no, he came out with me. It's okay. I was like, okay.
It's
I didn't know she was here.
It's probably fine. See, this is one of those deals that you're beating yourself up, and there's no big deal about it.
Well, I was just like protecting you. Like I didn't know who the fuck was in there.
I understand. There's the complaint call. One of the complaint phones over there. You know who's that one call?
It was still embarrassing. I made a complete ass of myself.
You did not make it.
You can explain that one later.
It's fine. I will. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this up at the 2-hour mark here. This is probably one of. Well, I don't.
It's not the longest.
I think it is technically because the other one cut off halfway through. So I think technically this is the longest recorded podcast we've had. If not, it's the longest quality podcast we've had. Let's put it that way. And we're going to change the background because I don't like this in the background. We need to have the tractors, at least the fucking toolbox in the background.
We need a bigger heater. What the fuck we need?
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't know. She's not freezing.
It feels fucking great in here. Okay.
Dude, I got fucking layers on. Been outside all day. It's cold.
It's 70.
Cold.
You need some meat on your bones, sir.
Dude, if it was like 95 year round, I'd be golden.
Fuck you. I would
Dude,
be.
it's December, and I was sending her like pictures of boats for sale today. Like that's where my
No, I understand that. I'm all about some summertime thinking, but don't you dare
year round, dude. I'll deal with a hurricane over a freeze.
Do not dare wish fucking 95-degree temperatures on me. I will be a puddle in the floor.
Declare that's. Quit being a bitch.
I'm part Olaf, okay?
That's not my fucking fault.
I can only take so much clothes off without it being inappropriate.
That's a personal problem. You're the maintenance guy. What did the air conditioner work?
You're wanting it to be 95 fucking degrees outside.
I work outside. You sat in a fucking chair. I don't know why you're burning up.
Not sit in a fucking chair.
When I get Snapchats from Sam, he's in a chair with his feet propped up.
Yeah.
And I'm hanging upside down in a machine, welding some bullshit together that he wants pictures of to put on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to fabricate shit.
Yeah, you get to sit in that fucking chair right there. I'm a heater. Well, I tried. They fucking Ace Hardware didn't have it.
Alright, we're going to wrap this podcast up. This has been Living the Dream Podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
And he's Salty.
I am.
And we'll see y'all next week. If you're late, you're lost.